welcome back to the Reality Kingdom, where we put the real in reality TV or whatever. I'm your host, Josiane, and I'm with the girls. We're here to recap episodes 7, 8, and 9 of The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. But before we get into it, how are we feeling?
Girl, I'm Whitney Leavitt, as you can see, and I'm feeling really good, mama. I'm here. This has been a nasty 3 episodes. Everything is coming out, bitch. Dakota ain't shit. Jordan ain't. None of these men is shit. Zach ain't shit. And you know what? I'm going to say it too. Jace ain't shit. I'm sick of all of these damn men. I'm sick of all of these goddamn men. Just insecure little babies. Insecure little babies. See, when the women was sitting at home not doing shit, what did they do? They built an empire. What are you niggas doing? Crying.
Right. Exactly. No, I feel the same way. You're spelling Lee. Honestly, I'm tired of all these men. If only we could just delete them and pluck them from the show. But hopefully, maybe season 5. I don't know what's going on in season 5, but I feel like it's just getting worse. It's getting out of hand.
I'm glad that we're finally at these episodes because I went into podcasting already watching this season, and so having to speak about Dakota and how manipulative he is, but without anything that has happened in these sets of episodes has been quite annoying. I mean, this is nothing new. He slept with Taylor's mom's friend. He lied to her about Jenna, which we knew in season 1 and season 2. So it's kind of a full circle moment, unfortunately. But I'm glad that we can finally get that nasty rat for everything he deserves and more. So
right.
He's truly a nasty, nasty, nasty man. And, you know, I can say here for sure, he definitely released that goddamn tape to the TMZ. No, ain't no allegedly to it, bitch. Sue me, Dakota. You released that motherfucking tape. Because this is too motherfucking calculated, allegedly. I just don't understand it. You want to keep fucking with this girl. It's so clear. It's so clear. And unfortunately, because my sister is not healthy, you know, she is falling for the bait. She's falling for the bullshit. It's just too much.
Every time.
I tell y'all, it's a break every chain episode for me. Every time. I have to sing that song, Free Us. But before we get into it, someone said it in the comments, and I thought it's important to address it. So a big component we've been waiting for is Vanderpump Villa, which is coming, I believe, on April 16th. And the one, I watched that show, regardless of if mom talk or dad talk is on it. But a big thing that I was really excited for was to see the villa and getting Dakota his lashings. But now he's being edited out. So now I'm like, what? I get that
Dakota, I feel the same way.
Problematic man, but it already happened. It was already addressed on the show. Why not just show it to us? If anything, make it worse. That's what I think.
Right, give every little nasty, terrible detail at this point, because I feel the exact same. I was really excited for it because it was an entire plotline of season 3. That's kind of crazy to now all this, and now it just feels I don't know, baseless. I want to see it with my own eyes, especially because he decided to do all this nonsense on camera. I heard about 3-way, 4-way kisses, all types of nonsense. I need that.
That's what I'm saying. 4-way kisses, having sex with someone in the washroom, apparently girls fighting over him. Yes. I'm sorry, editing him out isn't really protecting him. If anything, make him look like a tool.
Yeah.
Reality TV, it always goes this route where it's we're just gonna hide away from it. We're not gonna expose the person, which I just think it's not smart for ratings, and it's not smart for accountability. You know what I mean? He should be also in a way held accountable for the things that he did on that television show. But and Tori said it in the chat, it's dumb on his part if he did release that tape to TMZ to try and ruin Taylor's career. Because look at your career. All of y'all are famous because of Taylor Frankie Paul. If Taylor Frankie Paul goes down, all you bitches go down. So whoever released that tape is dumb as fucking shit, because now nobody's getting their shit out there.
No, absolutely. You spelled.
Yeah, well, he's gonna be on Alex Cooper's Unwell show with Demi and a bunch of other reality stars.
I'm not tuning in for that. Too many white people for me. If you're asking me personally, but general, like, I don't like the fact that Dakota is there after all of this, and you're kind of like putting him on this platform. And I saw a preview. It seems like he's going to be like a main character, wheeling and dealing and fucking on all the girls. I don't really want to see that. Like,
literally.
Well, let's get to the show that we are here for, which is Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. So we've decided to split this up into storylines so that we can really focus on stories at hand, because everyone was being involved in some way or another,
Yes.
their own personal stories. So we have to start with Taylor, because that's where we ended off. So Taylor goes and see her parents after finding out about her siblings. Leanne apologizes to Taylor about the way they talk to each other, and she apologizes as well. And Taylor says that therapy made her realize that she doesn't know anything about her family. So she's nervous to tell her parents and her family what she found out. But she tells them that she has 2 half siblings, and her mom is gagged. So it's a sister and a brother, 22, 24, which is like approximately like 24 is Layla's age. So it's someone who's kind of relative to the age group that she already surrounds herself with. But Taylor says that she plans to reach out with her siblings, but everyone's questioning if it's the right time because, you know, the Bachelorette is right around the corner. And she says she wants to fix her relationships with men. And that's why she's doing this before the Bachelorette. And I said, Mama, aren't you going in? It's going to take you more than a week to repair your relationship.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I feel like it's not even the wrong time. I think the fact that it's before the Bachelorette is what should have happened, but the fact that it's right before the Bachelorette is the problem.
Yeah. And I think she's trying to connect it to her father in a sense as well. Like maybe she feels like she's going to get closure if she meets these half siblings and learn more about her dad. But baby, that's going to take years of unworking and therapy. Not to diagnose either. Taylor has some type of untreated bipolar disorder. I don't want to be the one to say it.
Yeah, like
I have
BPD, like
bipolar
borderline
disorder.
personality disorder. Yeah.
You know, I have that. I also have other, mental struggles as well. There's something mentally there with Taylor, and I do implore her to go to a psychiatrist because I feel like it could be deeper than that just from what we see her doing on screen. It just doesn't feel like she is emotionally regulated in a correct way. Something is going on, and she does need to get treated. That or it's cocaine, which I hope it's not that. So let's just hope it's some mental struggles, because it is scary to watch because I do feel like a lot of the things that she does, people can relate to. And I don't want people to think that this behavior is normal. It's really not normal. The way she's acting, like the overly obsessiveness she has over Dakota and the way she zeroes in on other things. Like all of a sudden, I'm all in on trying to find my half siblings. So that's what we're doing now. And then I come back and now I'm pissed the fuck off at Dakota. And then I have to go to the Bachelorette. It's just like she has so many things going on. So I can't imagine what her mental is like. Like even if she doesn't have something, I would hope that she really speaks to a therapist, like for real, because it's scary to watch. I'm not gonna lie. Like she's not someone that I am fully comfortable watching at all times because I'm kind of scared for her.
Yeah, I feel the same way. She really does need to be in therapy so she can be better for herself, her children, and then whoever she wants her future spouse to be. But right now, this is not the state she's in is not good for anybody, including the people around her. So,
well, Macy invites the girls over to prep for the Mom Talk and Dad Talk pickle tournament. And I love the line she says about how Dad Talk was created to write off our coattails. I said, yes, ma'am, you are correct.
We all know.
But
exactly.
Well, yes. And then Taylor says she can't play because she has her boot augmentation, but she takes the time to announce that she has 2 half siblings. The girls are gagged. They were scared that she was going to announce that she was pregnant, which I thought was funny. Everyone thinks she's about to announce that she's pregnant, which is a lot about her and her life. But because she can't play, Miranda mentions Shania. And we get a little flashback of Taylor and her kissing at Stagecoach in the bus, which we did see in a previous season, so it wasn't a new clip for us. And the red nosing of it all. So yeah, we get little tidbits of other storylines that we'll get to a little bit later.
You know what? It honestly, if I was Taylor, I wouldn't fuck with none of these hoes because the way this is set up, if I was watching this back, I would be like, y'all knew this whole time that he was fucking with Shania. Because why I ain't hear about no damn Shania until just now. I ain't hear about no fucking Shania until episode 7. Okay? I went back and watched other seasons. Now I haven't watched all of them. But I've been into the mix. I ain't heard no damn Shania. All of a sudden Shania here and Shania fucking on her baby daddy. Somebody knows something somewhere.
It's funny because the clip of Shania that we see being flashback, we did see it on the show, but they didn't even name her. Like she was just some chick. Like
right.
She didn't even get a name, nothing. She had no value, no substance, right? Mm-hmm. So it's just really ridiculous. But we'll put a pin in it for now.
Because
talk about her later. Because I have a lot to say about her.
I have a lot of thoughts about her. Yeah.
So Taylor decides that she wants to go to Colorado. She has many questions that she needs answered, and she feels as though having her mom come with her will help because if she is there and she has a question, she can just kind of turn to her mom. Leanne says it's bad timing, but Taylor says there's never going to be a right time, which I don't agree with. But Leanne does tell her that her siblings do not want to talk to her, and you can see the disappointment in Taylor's face. But she says, you know what, I understand, like, who wants their life to be disrupted? Because imagine living your life and someone knocks on your door and says, by the way, you're related to Taylor Frankie Paul. Like, there are so many people in the world. To be affiliated with Taylor Frankie Paul is crazy. Yeah.
And my broke ass, I would flip that immediately. Put me on the show, bitch. Like, it's time for me to cash shit on this. Alice Cooper, where you at? Call her daddy, mama. Like, let's do it. I want to be in mom talk. Yeah.
Great. No, I would have to do a little Angelina's father kind of tease. I don't know if anybody watched Jersey Shore Family Vacation, but he immediately said, yeah, she was looking for her biological father, and it was a whole thing because on Family Vacation, this is like recent, and he basically he was like cloud chasing. Like the second that he was talking to her, I know it's actually really sad, but I'm laughing, but it's really not that funny. It's really not that funny because he literally met up with her, and then like right after that was like texting her, calling her, like like a watch, blah blah blah. Oh, we're gonna be on the show. Oh, this and that.
Wow.
She was like, wait a minute. Yeah. So I'm surprised if anything that her family actually says something about them because.
Yep,
the fact that they didn't even, they were just like, yeah, I don't think I want to have anything to do with this. We don't know you, so.
That's crazy.
And I think it was a correct move. I think it says a lot about their character. But
I don't want to be associated with all that bullshit.
Honestly, neither would I. Like,
I think it was worth it, yeah.
Unless I was doing, what's that show? That celebrity show where people are related and they show up.
Oh, Claim to Fame.
Claim to Fame. I would maybe do that. But yes, I would not be on Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. Like,
yeah, I would probably. I feel like if I were them, like, and no judgment to what they decided to do, I feel like I would probably meet her, but I wouldn't want to be on the show. Like, it would be like a non-negotiable off camera, like, because I don't want to have anything to do with this. This is. I'm
like, bitch, put me on the show. Maybe I'm just a messy ass. I want to be on the show.
No, listen, I don't judge that either.
Hey, why not? Ain't no wrong answer here.
That's opportunity. That you're a businessman. So
come on.
Don't worry.
Like, take her off. I'll be on. If y'all can't film with her, bitch, make me the Bachelorette. Like, I don't know. Like,
I'm not gonna lean on that swing. Anyways.
Oh my god.
Well, Leanne also says that she doesn't want to bring back the memories. It's not very clear why, but we later on discovered that it's very problematic, those memories. And it's clear, despite us not knowing all the details, that she's very triggered. In her confessional, she talks about, or even in front of Taylor, talking about adoption, which again, I think is crazy. Like, Leanne just says stuff to Taylor that I just would never say to a child. I would never want my mom to say that to me, calling her a bitch, saying like, I should have maybe given you up for adoption. Like, I understand.
And you would have had a better life.
But it's the way you're saying it every time. And that's why y'all fight all the time. Like, it's too much. But understanding that she was pregnant at 17, was a senior in high school with an unstable relationship, like it's a lot. Like Leanne's a mess, and I understand why Taylor is a mess as well.
Yeah.
I completely agree.
Yeah, I feel feeling bad for Leanne a little bit because I do feel like she's in this position where I think she expected her relationship with Taylor to be a certain way, but because Taylor is Taylor Frankie Paul, like there's a lot going on, and I think that Leanne really doesn't know how to handle it. So she also kind of reverts back to some ways that's like very similar to Taylor because it is her mama. You know, the apple can't fall that far from the tree. But overall, I will say, like, even that moment when she said, like, I should have gave you up for adoption. Like, I do think that was a moment of her trying to be vulnerable. Like, damn, like I fucked up. Like, maybe someone could have done better for you, and maybe it didn't come off in a good light necessarily, but I don't know. I didn't feel like it was a negative thing, child. But I also didn't care that she called her a bitch. So maybe I'm just Team Leanne.
You know what, Lee? What you're saying makes a lot of sense. I just feel like it wasn't something she should have said to Taylor. Like, I don't think the
Agreed.
thought itself is even that bad. And I agree with you. I don't think it was rooted in like trying to hurt her. But I think that
Yeah,
maybe that's just not something that Taylor should have heard. So it
yeah,
like because having those thoughts is very valid. Like
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not that Taylor like absolutely horrible. Like there's people who are worse off.
yeah.
Like but she's having a rough time, and she's been having a rough time for the last like 10 years. So that's why it's like I understand her thinking that, but I think Taylor hearing that was a little like that
And
wasn't
that's
the time.
fair because Taylor is a little bit unstable, child. Like,
Yeah, that's one more thing for her. I don't think she needed
It's
because she
another one.
already.
You know that meme? Another one. Well, I, anyways, Taylor says that she thinks it would have been better to deal with this earlier. And
Well,
she,
yes.
I agree. As someone who has similar issues with an absent father in my life, I'm glad that I dealt with it quite early on. That now that I'm 24, I'm like chilling. Like I'm not on that type of like
Yeah.
I need to solve this for myself, which is good. But Leanne offers to come. I think she feels like she needs to help provide those answers because she hasn't been able to help her in this journey. And Taylor says she wants to. So they've decided to go to Colorado. And like their family does, they fight. So they arrive to Colorado and they get in the car and they start talking and it evolves. Taylor's asking her mom if she was a homie hopper, which is crazy. I would never ask my mom that question. But alas, Taylor
Like
is
what?
different because Steve, who is Taylor's biological father's best friend, and Leanne dated for like 30 days. Come on, 90-day fiance.
bye.
And and you know, Taylor is talking about Leanne. Leanne is kind of relating it back to her situation with Dakota. And this is what triggers Taylor. So Taylor is like, how do you like Jordan? He's like Dakota. He's a liar. Ew, ew, ew. Mind you, you just slept with him last week. And
But
then
like
and then she's like, they're a liar. All he does is lie. And Taylor says, like, all you do is deflect. And they start fighting over Dakota. And Taylor says her mom's like just not listening to her, like the way she's speaking to her is rough. And Leanne says Taylor takes out her anger about Dakota on her, which I think is a theme that we see later on. About Taylor having anger and putting about Dakota onto others. And Leanne just says, you know what? I think you're still in love with Dakota.
I don't understand why Taylor doesn't want to speak about Dakota around her mom. Like, I get it. Like, you feel like she's gonna react or she's gonna have a certain opinion, but it's like everyone has a certain opinion. No one feels like this is the correct thing to do. You also claim you don't feel like this is the right thing to do. So it's like I think you should be open to having those conversations about why this is wrong and maybe why you shouldn't be feeling this way. I think it's unfair to Leanne in a way that she tries to always like blame her for these issues that she's having with like Dakota in the sense of like, well, I can't even talk to you about it because you're gonna act like this. And it's like, well, look how you're acting. Like you went to 10 just because the man's name got brought up.
Mm.
yeah, I think maybe it's just a lack of self-awareness. Like she's aware of how Leanne acts, but she's not aware how she acts escalates Leanne. So like I understand her saying like she doesn't want to talk to her about it, but that doesn't mean that you shouldn't. Like that's your mother. She knows a lot about the relationship. Now, I will say that about what 2 seasons ago, it was the beginning of season 2, the way that her parents were talking to her was crazy.
Agreed.
Oh, see, I don't know that
So
history. I don't know that
okay,
history.
because they
It
do
was
talk to her
crazy.
crazy. Like they blame her for the relationship a lot of the time, and they'll be like you see it like even in this scene, she was like, "But then why are you with him? Why are you with him?" And it's true. What she's saying is not wrong, but it's like it's not paired or coupled with anything nice ever. So it's like
Mhm.
I like how we don't even know her, and we even say like, you know, I really want her to like get help, and like I hope she's able to heal from this so that she, and then also we say she shouldn't be with him. Leanne doesn't even say the first part. And it's like that's your mom, so it's like there's a slight lack of like, but they just communicate completely differently, and they have not found a middle ground yet. So that's why I'm like, I what you're saying is true. They need to be able to have an open dialogue, especially because that's your mom, and you don't have a horrible relationship with her. Like, I think they really do need to work on that and how they communicate with each other. But I also understand why Taylor feels like I don't even want to say anything to you because you guys just judge me, and you don't even like. I feel like the first time I ever saw them like say anything was to the end of last season to Dakota with the whole it was Leanne's friend, and then at the reunion like, and that's the first time I ever seen them direct anything towards him rather than just Taylor. So I don't
Yeah,
know.
and I remember actually seeing a preview, not a preview, a flashback of the way her dad specifically was defending
Yeah.
Dakota. I didn't see much of the mom, but hearing that she
It
probably
was
also
both of
was
them. It was
involved,
a tag team.
it's like, oh,
Yeah.
Leanne, you a little bit weird. Okay, so let me back up off her team a little bit. Let me actually,
No.
Leanne, keep it cute because what? That's so weird. Like, how would you not like? It would be fuck Dakota. Like, if it was me, like I'm
Right.
also someone because I have to deal with birdism in my family as well. I do have a bird in my family, and sometimes it's hard dealing with that. It is hard dealing with that,
Not a
because
bird in your family.
you want to sympathize, but it gets hard. It gets hard, and I'm the type of person where it's like, if you keep telling me the same problem, I'm not gonna be sympathetic anymore. It is gonna be, girl, leave him. I don't care. Stop talking to me. But as a family member, like you don't
Right.
blame her. So the nigga, it's always the nigga's fault.
Like,
And
especially if
I,
you're hearing what she's telling you, like,
I think that's where the root, like the root of the problem is. I think you can't say at the end of the day you made this choice, like be accountable, but that's all they ever tell her. Like they either side with
yes.
Dakota or they don't side with her. Like they just like come at her in a weird way, and it's really hard to. I know what it's like to like feel like you can't say anything to your mom or your family even though you want to. Granted, I'm not in that position anymore. I felt like that as a teenager. But again, you grow, you evolve, and you get closer to your parents, you understand them a little bit better as an adult. And
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like the way her family talks to her, I can understand why she feels like she's all alone. And I think that also is a big problem as to why she keeps returning to Dakota, because I feel like she thinks that she genuinely doesn't have anyone else besides him. Like she feels judged by her family, she feels judged by her friends. Like, and like Dakota does things to isolate her already. And it doesn't help that her family, the way they go about things with her, is just so rough, and it feels almost like not done by a parent. So like
Right.
but at the same time, Taylor shouldn't be yelling at her mom crazy. And
At
I know
all.
it's
She should
easier
not
said than
be.
done when you feel like your back's against the wall. But at some point, there's something where you need to just like pick your battles or just take it and just be like, you know what? Like, if that's what the type of vibe you're on, like, I'm just gonna let you have it and just like stop talking. Like,
Right, because it should not be getting to this point. This is crazy. Like she said, like I just want to go home. Like now I don't even want to do this anymore. Like I don't even want to be on the strip anymore with my mom. And it shouldn't be like that, no matter what opinions you guys have. But they don't know how to communicate properly. So, like I don't know. It's very nuanced, but yeah.
well, to wrap this storyline up, we see a lot of things happen. We see them meet up with Steve. Steve tells us about Taylor's dad. So we know that he was a jock. He was smart. He was stubborn, but he got into fights. And he got into an accident when he was 19, which led to his drug use. He did this cocaine, discovered meth, and then overdosed in 2015, and then died about a year later. So this is being filmed, from my understanding, in the year 2025. So it might have been 10 years. It's looking like 10 years of his death, which is really rough. And while they're talking, Steve says, I don't know if I should say this on camera. And they talk about how he kicked her. And Leanne mentions that it was a toxic relationship, that he was abusive, that he dragged her in front of people. And Leanne feels like the whole Taylor's dad had on her is what is happening with Taylor and Dakota, and this toxic cycle is being also repeated to her daughter. And they talk about how Jeremy comes into Leanne's life and becomes Taylor's father. That's who she's always called her dad from start. And so that gives us kind of a background idea of Taylor and Leanne and Jeremy, the people involved who are adults in Taylor's life. I mean, from there, Taylor, I think, recognizes that there is something much deeper going on, and Leanne just gets emotional, and I really feel for her in this moment. They go back to the first place where Taylor met her dad, which was an accident, because they were eating and they ran into him, and Leanne was like, do you want to meet your daughter? And then Leanne called Taylor over, and it was kind of like, what's up? Like, very like a stranger.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's rough. In that moment, though, it feels like Taylor is asking her a million questions at once, and you can just tell that she was getting overwhelmed. So Leanne was like, you know what? I just need to take a walk. So she walks near their childhood home. Luckily, the man who lives there was kind enough to let them go into the backyard and have a conversation. And, you know, Taylor is very thankful for Leanne and Jeremy, especially after hearing about the abuse. And she says she won't pry anymore. And they talked it out, and Taylor recognizes that there's similarities between her mom, her dad, and Dakota. And Taylor apologizes for yelling at her in the car, and they reconcile.
And I love this moment. And this is why it does make me feel for Leanne, because, like, I think having to see your daughter go through the same exact experience as you and not be able to, like, help them, or see your child in general go through something and not be able to help them, it must hurt, especially something that, like, you can tell is could potentially ruin her life, you know? And coming from a similar situation, it's like, I can just see how the reason why she reacts the way she reacts, it's like, it probably comes from a place of like, I wish I told myself this. Like, I told myself several times to get up and get out and not deal with this person, and I wouldn't listen. So she's trying to, like, do, like, this, like, hard love, and it's like, of course it's not working, because did that work on you? You know what I mean? So it's like, I feel like she herself, because what I learned about adults, especially growing up, is that adults are really just big ass children. Like, this entire time, the people who were teaching us in schools, the people who were berating us as children and telling us what to do, are just big ass adults. That's why they act all petty and weird sometimes. Y'all ever got into it with an adult? I've gotten into it with an adult. And I'm like, you're a grown ass adult acting like this. It's because they're children. They're still messy. They're still petty. They still don't know what they're doing. They're waking up and going about life. I'm 27 years old. I have no idea what I'm doing every day. I'm sitting here on the podcast talking to y'all. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Like, I'm living through life. I don't know how to do shit sometimes. So it's like, I know for a fact that, like, Leanne doesn't have it all figured out. So I do feel like when she reacts the way she reacts, it definitely has to do with a lot of trauma that she has pent up. And I just hope that they can really continue to talk things out and work things out, because they were able to realize on this journey that they have a lot in common, and they really shouldn't be fighting the way they should. Like, they should be helping each other get out of their own trauma.
Yes, everything you just said. Absolutely.
It's hard for me to watch this, to be honest, because in a certain degree, I relate to some of the things. Like, I won't get too much into detail, but like my parents ended up being divorced because my mom was also going through abuse, and we went through a woman's shelter when I was like 3, and then like a bunch of stuff. So watching this, not that I was triggered because I've healed from it, but I understand what it's like to have your mom tell you all of these things about someone who you're related to or have this like love for, even though you may not know them really, or you've always wanted a desire to have a connection with them and not be able to. So I definitely understand Leanne and her position as a mom based off my experiences, but also Taylor's position. And that's why I'm thankful that Taylor said at the end that she won't pressure her anymore, because it is triggering. And honestly, I was really surprised that Taylor even wanted to know more, because when I heard similar things like that, I just like didn't want to know it, because it just hurt me to know about what my mom went through. Like it just didn't make me feel comfortable. And even anytime we mention it, I'm like, I don't even want to go too much into details. Like, I know who you are. I know what you've had to do to get to this point. And this is why I love and respect you. And I'm really, 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 really hoping that this is the start of something new between the two of them, because I think there is nothing more beautiful than a bond between a mother and her daughter, especially when your mom has been through hell and back for you. So I just hope this starts a new precedence where they can have open dialogue. I think they should continue to go to therapy. I think Taylor has a lot of work to do as an individual. So I think she should start there first. And I think naturally over time, it will progress where she could be a good daughter, a good potential wife, and a good friend for others.
Yeah, what you just said was beautiful. Thank you for sharing, Josiane.
Oh, of course. Anything. Anytime. That's what we do. The real. Come on. So
period.
That wraps up their storyline. Let's talk about another family. Okay. None of Zach. So Zach is narrating at this point. He tells us that Jen's schedule has been crazy. It's not what they expected, which rightfully so. I think a lot of people go into Dancing with the Stars and don't understand how much hours are dedicated to it. We hear it a lot for anyone who's watched the show. Also, we see confessionals where people are like, we've been working on this day in and day out and blah, blah, blah. Like, they're being serious. They're learning a new routine for less than a week. And then sometimes they're doing more than one routine the closer they get to the finale. So it's intense work. But Zach has said that he's taken the role of a stay-at-home dad. And to be honest, I was rolling my eyes the entire time he was complaining, because I was like, baby, was she not in the same position a few years ago? Were you not pursuing your dreams as a medical school student and all those things? Sat down and took care of the kids. You know what I mean? So I just thought the whole thing was strange. But Jen talks about how she has mom guilt, and Zach feels like he has been putting Jen's career first, and he says he's homesick. And I was confused, because we know in this current day and time that there is a Mormon Wives spinoff in the OC starring Jen. So hey, what happened to being homesick in Utah? Right.
Girl.
Oh yes, I forgot about that.
Them checks started coming in. He shut the fuck up. Because at the end of the day, somebody has to support the family. If somebody has to support the family, and I just feel like what he's specifically going through is exactly what she would have went through, exactly what a lot of women go through as stay-at-home mothers, where it's like, I'm bored, I have to sometimes live by what he wants because he's bringing in the money, I don't have a lot of purpose sometimes, and things like that. Like, we hear women complain about these things, and I feel like they actually do something. They create social circles, they get into hobbies, they find other things to do with their time, they fall in love with mothering their children, they create a bond with them.
Right.
He's like, oh, I can't provide nurturing. It's only so much that I can do. You know how many single mothers are out there providing both? And you still have a woman that comes home to teach or to nurture her children, and you act like you can't do it for majority of the day. It's not hard. They're your children too, you dumbass bitch. Like, it's not hard at all. And I also heard that the only reason why he's not in medical school is because he had gambling issues. Child, that what Mira said in the
Well,
thread. So I'm
come
just
on
trying
to
to
the
figure out,
one.
baby, were you passing medical school anyway, Mr. Doctor? Dr. Zach?
Like, I mean, she would have been paying for it because he
Well,
gambled away all the money that the parents gave him. So, like,
It's just
it's honestly sad. And also, there's our single dads who are taking care of their children, where they're either widowed or divorced or separated, and it's like, what do you, like, this is not impossible. Why is he acting like this is like the worst thing ever? And if it is, that's a problem. Like, as you said, these
he's
are your children.
insecure.
it's it's
Right.
it's funny, the sliding down the wall and making a video about how hard it is. I was like, this
To
is
all the
the
single
first
moms.
world problems. Like, you are fine. If you were really that damn bad, you would just hire a nanny.
And go
Exactly.
get a fucking job. Like, do
That's what
something.
I'm saying. Anyways, so they have date night finally, and Jen mentions the fact that she wants to stay in LA potentially. And Zach says, you know what? I miss you. It's been tough. I had to take care of kids. You know, he thought that they were going to be together more as a family. And while he is proud of her, he
What did you
misses
think
her.
of
And
that?
it's hard for him because they don't really see each other.
What did
You
he
know,
think
and
was
Jen
going to
feels like
happen?
it's unfair
Literally.
to put pressure on her after her doing that for him for so long. Clock it, queen. She says that she feels pressure too, not only because of everything going on, but even in her performance on the show. For those who didn't watch the season, I wouldn't say that Jen was bad, but she was definitely not the standout stars. You had Whitney and Mark, you had Robert and Whitney, you had like Elaine and Alan. Like, there are a lot of
Hmm.
contenders, and she was kind of middle of the pack in a season where I'm no shade. You can hate on me, but that mediocre white man that y'all let stay every week, who didn't deserve his spot. I don't even know his name. Y'all
Dylan
left.
Efron from
Not Dylan
Traitors.
Efron. It was
Oh,
this old man, this
Robert?
old man who was partnered
Oh,
with Emma.
Andy.
Andy. Y'all love
Yes. I feel
Andy
like they
so
were
much
both not great
that
though,
it put
but
the people on high alert. They were scared that they would get the boot even if they did better on him because y'all were being weird. It was a strange season. Alas, you know, Jen is feeling the pressure about the scores, and I don't blame her. On an Andy season, I don't blame you, Queen. Um,
right.
so Zach is concerned about the idea of her staying and having Jen pursue more of an entertainment thing. He starts talking about Hollywood, which was so funny because the Jennifer and J Lo and Ben Affleck pictures. If y'all know about that
Girl,
situationship, I thought that was
yes.
so funny. Editors, get your check. That was sickening.
No,
Um,
literally.
and you know, he's scared, he's insecure. He mentions Disneyland. Now this is also something I really want to highlight right now, because for those again who didn't watch Dancing with the Stars, they had a Disney night. So for the theme of the show, they brought everyone to Disneyland in LA or whatever it's called, and they were invited, and so Jen invited her family. It's not that they were guaranteed to go. She was like, let me bring my family on, but it was for the show. So when Zach's like, it wasn't my like idea of seeing Jen and Jan dance together, like that was the whole reason why they were at Disneyland in the first place. So you actually
You're a guest
would have
baby.
known better, because you wouldn't have been there if not for the show, if not for Yan dancing with your wife. So why are we mad? I literally wrote in my notes, you wouldn't have been there if they weren't. Don't piss me off.
Like, it's Dancing with the Stars. Like, she's dancing all the time. She's dancing with another man every single week. What are you talking about?
He has listen, guys, let's forgive him. He has a sore spot when it comes to dancing and
Oh,
men.
right.
And
And then
because he just, like, it's like giving him like stripper flashbacks, like PTSD. But
yeah.
I honestly, it's so scary for him to even be that delusional to say that he had a problem with Disneyland, because it's like, are you well? You literally know exactly what she's on there for, and then you realize that all she does is talk about you, and she shouldn't actually. If anything, everybody wants her to leave you. So it's like I just can't believe that he would even. It's really scary to me that he's that delusional, that he's so much of like he thinks he's a catch, and it's like, baby, you're not the catch. Like, let's be real here. Like, you are in debt. Like, you need to just actually shut up. You're a guest at Disneyland. You don't run stuff around here. Shut up. You're in debt. You need her help. Like, you being a stay-at-home dad is the best you're gonna get right now. Like, this is amazing for you. Actually, you're spending time with your children.
Like,
Fuck
that's not
that
fun for
too.
you. And then also
Right.
too, like I hate, like I understand that he's insecure, but like don't try to make her feel like a bad wife, a bad mother, a bad person because she is providing for her family and
Right.
trying to make something out of her life. Like we said, like the roles have been switched in this situation and in several other situations across this world where the man is working and the woman is at home, or the woman is expected to be at home and raising the children and the cook and the clean and do all of these things. And I just feel like as a man, he feels like this isn't the role he was supposed to be in because he keeps mentioning like religion and the Mormon church and things like that, where the man is supposed to be, you know, this grandstanding figure in the family. And it's like, y'all are not living that traditional lifestyle. Get over it or go find a traditional woman. Like,
It
that's
doesn't
what I just don't
apply.
understand. Like, if you're not happy, then leave the situation. Like, it's like,
Right.
but don't try to make her feel bad as a person because of this. Like, oh, you're not close to me and you're not taking care of the kids and you're not doing this. It's like, were you doing that when you were in school and going to medical school and going to work at the same time? Like, but that's the thing, when the shoe
Right.
is on the other foot, you don't have to come home and still worry about the kids and still worry about the cooking and the cleaning and still worry about all of this. You come home, go to bed, and that's it. I'm pretty sure. But now that the road is on the other foot and you have to be the one to raise the kids, to cook, to clean, to make sure everything's going straight at home, you don't like it. And I just don't understand why he's trying to make her feel bad. Because at the end of the day, if she stopped doing what she's doing, then you have to go to work. And if you have to go to work, then you're in the exact same situation that she's in. So what's the difference? Somebody got to do it.
Right.
Somebody got to raise get the fucking money, and she's making more money than you probably ever would have. So
Ever would have. And the thing is, I feel like their problem is that their life is cognitive dissonance. Like, they just cannot believe that this is their life, because the man is supposed to be doing this and the man is supposed to be doing this, because it's been beaten into their brains because the Mormonism, sorry. But and then it's like, for him, it's like, I think all these men really feel like these women are supposed to fit into their lives rather than them creating a life together. And if they started
Mm.
this marriage at from there, where they felt like they were creating a life with this person, then they wouldn't have such a strict guideline and a blueprint for how it's supposed to go. Right now, it's like, well, Jen, you're not fitting into my life right now because I don't want this to be my life. So now it's like a huge deal. And I feel like that's how a lot of the men feel.
and you know who's a good fucking man? Connor. Oh,
Connor.
I love Connor, y'all. I live for Connor. If I was
Me
Whitney,
too.
fuck the Tinder allegation. Actually, get back on Tinder. Do something at this point. You deserve it because that is a good
Wait,
fucking
what?
man right there. That's a good fucking man.
Well, speaking of Connor, before Zach goes to speak to Connor, I think Jen kind of clocks the LDS community, like you mentioned, and how it's been ingrained in him. And I thought it was Zach feels like he has been giving and sacrificing a lot, which I thought was really ironic because what have you sacrificed that she has not, if not more?
What
And
have
I
you
thought
done
Jen,
for me lately?
hey, all right, come on,
Right.
gospel. But I thought it was really funny that Jen said, "It's my turn now." I swear, when she said
Period.
that, I said, "I am going to find a way to record that scene and use it as a GIF and a meme because it was so good." But Zach and Connor hang out, and Zach wants to talk to Connor about the situation. They're both stay-at-home dads in LA, and I think he's trying to find some brotherhood, someone who's going to relate to him, who's going to feel his pain. And Connor, quite frankly, can't relate.
That's not the guy for you.
doesn't, doesn't feel that struggle.
He's like, really? This is great.
Connor is having a key and a ball with his children on the side while talking to Zach. Zach asks Connor if he can see himself as a stay-at-home dad. And Connor said he quit his job and was scared initially, but he figured out that he needs to feel fulfilled in another way. Like, he can't just be a dad. That can't just be his identity. And that is why I think they understood that that's why the mom talk thing happened, is because they didn't want to just be moms. They wanted to be something outside of that. And they created an empire, which is ironic because you are sitting here and complaining. And what are you doing? What are you
complaining
doing
and no doing
better? But you know what? Connor tells Zach that he's been doing magic, and I thought it was so cute.
So adorable.
So cute. And he's so happy about it. Like, it's just so happy.
He's like, boom, disappear a car. I said, word.
I love it
He's
too,
adorable.
because it's like, it doesn't have to be something big. It doesn't have to be something that's necessarily supporting the family. It's just a hobby. It's something to do. That's all TikTok was for them. And then look what it became. Like, Connor could be the next best close-up magic magician. And because he took interest in it, and it's something that he likes to do, and he's doing it for fun. You never know. Like, at the end of the day, like, I kind of respect Jordan for even starting Dad Talk, because it's like, do something. Like, you can use the platform that your wives set up to even make more money for yourself and your family. It's like, you don't have to just be Jen's husband. I know he talks about that at some point. Like, I'm Jen's husband, which nothing should be wrong with that. But two, you don't have to just be that. Like, there are other avenues to do things in this world. Like, I hate that he acts like he just can't do anything. And it's like, it's because it's the insecurity talking. Because Connor don't give a damn. Connor said, girl, I'll quit that job. I'll do close-up magic. And I wanted to be clear, because I feel like a lot of men wouldn't respect Connor because they feel like he's just letting Whitney run over him. But I think what Connor is doing is an example of sacrifice in certain situations. Like, this is the scenario they are in. Whitney is the breadwinner. Therefore, if we have kids and we don't want nannies to raise them, somebody has to be at home, and you can't do it if you're working all day. I'm not going to quit my job because I make more money than you. You have to be the one to quit. That is a sacrifice. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And he's filling that sacrifice. He's filling that void with something else. It's not that hard, Fauna.
Right. No, you're absolutely right. And I feel like everyone's handling it differently. Like, as I said, like before, there's like kind of a spectrum. I don't know about Jordan. I feel like he's very enthusiastic. So I feel like he's pretty high on the spectrum of like being able to handle it. I think it's Connor, Jordan, Jacob. Oh, well, I don't know about Jace. We don't even hear anything about how he feels about it.
Jace is furniture.
Yeah, he's just there. I don't really. So I think
he's middle of the pack. I think you're right.
Yeah, he's like in the middle. I don't really know like what it. I mean, I feel like he has to be above Jacob, because Jacob has actually spoken about it, like that he's struggling with it, but he's doing a better job with it. So okay, so like then Jace, Jacob, and then we have this man.
Y'all, which one is Jacob again?
Macy's husband. Well, in my notes I put Macy's husband, so I understand.
I was like, which one? I was
taking a second.
They all have the day as well. It's complicated. Like, I was writing my notes and I was like, Jordan, Jacob, like back to back.
Too
many days. Jace is in there as well. It's too much.
I'm blanking on what he even looks like.
Jenna, they're doing too much J names, and I'm a J name, so hey.
I mean, you have the most interesting name out of all those.
Josiane. Shout out to the queen.
You have the prettiest name out of that group.
Well, this storyline kind of feels repetitive, but it comes to a close. Jenna is still debating about whether once she wants to stay in LA or Utah. We now know that there's a spinoff, so clearly she don't want to stay in Utah.
And that's a confirmed thing.
From my understanding, it is confirmed.
I don't care about Jen, though.
You know what? I don't think she should be leading anything, and this is no shade, but Jen she is probably right now the most unliked cast member, I think from perspective, because of the little tiff that we're going to get into later on in the show. I just thought it was strange. Like, if I could see certain people leading things, I could see Macy leading something, I could see leading something, and I could see Jesse leading something. Jen,
those three.
This gives me Gretchen from Mean Girls. Like, very important. But like, are you Regina?
Right. Exactly. No, that was great, actually.
But Zach and Jen talk about how difficult it is to take care of a family and starting a career and the balance of it all. And it really put in perspective for me, it just affirmed my choice of wanting to make sure that I have a stable career, consistent career before I start a family. Because I don't want to be dealing with all this, to be so for real. Like, I don't want to be figuring out what I want to do as a job, as my career, while having kids and people having to depend on me. Like, I think that's too much. But Zach's family is well off, so really they're
Very
chilling.
much so.
Doing well. So Jen asks Zach how the conversation with Connor went, and he makes fun of them. He goes, "Well, if it helps he wants to start magic." And I was like, at least he wants to do something with himself. Like, fuck off.
Are we in high school? Like middle school? Like even then in middle school, it's unacceptable. Why are we picking on people for the hobbies they like? Are we serious right now? I was so annoyed. Literally, you're so mad. Like you're mad that you're boring. Like, oh my gosh. Oh.
So lame.
You went to him for advice.
Right. Clock it.
Exactly. And they're trying to make fun of him. Oh my god, that bothers me so much.
But Zach agrees that he has to find something that's going to give him joy. And Jen asks again if he sees himself living in LA. And he said he's willing to put in the work despite his insecurities, but feels that they need to work on certain things like therapy and being there for each other, etc. And then Jen continues to remind us that she feels mom guilt and shame. So that's their storyline.
That's unfortunate, because I do think Zach is pushing a lot of that. But
yes. Like anytime, I feel like her source. Listen, we don't know her. She's not filmed 24/7. But every source of anxiety, and every time she's been at her lowest, I've seen is when they're fighting, when they're separated, when they're fighting, when he's saying things like this to her. That's what we've seen so far. So I think he's a big source of her anxiety by the comments that he makes. I don't like that. That's something that you go talk to a therapist about, and you don't make your wife feel horrible about having a career of her own. Who does that?
Literally.
Well, let's move on to Layla's storyline. Hey, Layla, where have you been the last few episodes? Hey,
is it a full storyline?
This one picture is her full storyline, and we're gonna move on. That is so sad.
I hate that this is another storyline with another man that has an opinion.
Right.
Like this woman is doing. Babe, you not even
baby kids.
You barely even a dad talk. You ain't even nobody's
father. You're an uncle.
He's a no talk, actually.
Your boyfriend talk. The fuck? You need to know your place and stay in it.
He should be a no talk.
Come on.
He's already not even talking, so please.
Just be a pretty face. That's what you need to do.
Your Chase's brother, actually, I don't even know what his name is.
Mason. Yeah.
I know his name.
I know. I just want you to know he's mine. No.
Oh, okay. I'll take Chase.
Yeah,
no, I'm kidding. I was thinking the boy is mine. I don't want none of those men. So sorry. Mason and Layla are on a date with her kids playing in the background. And Layla, tells us that there are challenges of dating as a single mom. And she has created boundaries where Mason sees her kids maybe once a week. But she doesn't want them to see him as a father figure just yet. She wants to go in and make sure that he has the right intentions, which I think is very smart. And so when they sit together, they talk about New York because she's looking to pursue more modeling opportunities. She's modeled before. She does model things here and there, boutiques, etc., but she's not in the fashion game like she wants to be. So she has a meeting with Ford. Now, I don't know who Ford is. I wouldn't recognize that.
I thought they made cars.
Street.
Oh, I knew.
I also thought about a car as well. But they let us know they're a big deal. And I'm going to believe them. them.
They are. I used to watch America's Next Top Model. That one season, that was actually the winning campaign. You could win.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, now that you said foreign modeling. Like now, I'm like, okay,
Oh
I
yes,
heard it in my head.
it's hitting something in the back of my mind.
The recollection, yeah, the way you said it, like, oh, I heard that before.
No, they want to be on top. Work.
I love America's Next Top Model. I can actually see Layla on that show.
Oh,
no,
let's not. I need to watch that documentary, but I know it's a bad idea to be on that show.
Yeah,
watch it.
Well, Layla tells her kids while they're having a conversation that they have 5 more minutes left, and then her kids are like, "I'm fine," and so she changes it to 10 minutes. And Mason's like, I think you could be a little more strict.
You need to tell your baby kids to sit down.
And she's like, no, 10. And he's like, let's do 7. Let's negotiate. Why are you negotiating? Who are you negotiating for? Yourself? And he says he feels like she should put her foot down more. And Layla's like, in her confessionals, I think he's a little uncomfortable with my children, but I don't want to bring it up right now because we have to go to New York and I want to have a good time in New York. So she puts a pin in it. And then we see her in New York. Now, I'm not going to lie, she pissed me off real bad. And here's why. I felt like she came in so unprepared.
So unprepared.
It really pissed me off because she's there and she is like, he's like, do you have a book? She's like, oh, I have a few digitals, like nowhere to be seen, nowhere to be found. Like that's like when someone asks you, do you have your resume? And you don't have your resume. Like that kind of
a job interview. Like
she should have brought a portfolio
this is your passion. This is your dream. Like put the book forward. I don't know what you make a lot of money on TikTok. Don't play. You can afford making a book. Like if this is your dream,
you could afford some mock photo shoots just to create a portfolio before going. Like, girl, this is a ghostie. You need to come with the
crazy. And if the pictures
this is a ghostie.
If these pictures aren't giving when you sit there, you have no backup because you came unprepared, and that pissed me off. And then she has the gall and the gumption to say, "So, can I go to New York once a month? Like, is that fine?"
Like she's the top model already, and I said, "Oh God."
I think she thought that Secret Lives of Mormon Wives clout was just gonna get her through the door. And let me tell you, there are girls who are amazing models that have won America's Next Top Model, and they are struggling to this day. Baby, you coming from this genre, trying to pursue modeling, it's gonna be hard. And if you walk into rooms without a resume, without your portfolio, without any real modeling experience, like of course you're gonna have to really commit. Like, come on now, girl. Like, and I get it. She wants to do something. She wants to feel like she's taking this opportunity for what she can take it as. And I think you should do that. But like, you can't half-ass it, girl. And she really lost me because back to the whole, oh, I'm gonna put a pause on it before we go to New York. Girl, these are your children. If you feel like he's not comfortable with your children, that's the number one issue in a relationship when you have children. That should have been addressed. I'm sorry. She should have called him out right there.
She does address it. She
took too long for me.
She took too long for me too.
After her interview, but even in her interview, I think her asking like if she could be there once a month kind of just showed that she's not dedicated and that she is not wanting to fight for this position. Like the modeling industry is no joke. It's like a dog-eat-dog world. Like I hate to use that phrase, but it is. And I just kind of wish she didn't say what she did. But I thought maybe it'll be okay. Maybe they're just doing this for the show. But it wasn't a good look. Alas,
it was bad. I think she's like used to like the Instagram modeling nowadays, the influencer modeling. Yeah. And she thought like, oh, like the stuff that she sees, she's like, oh, it can't be that hard. It's like, girl, no, you're actually trying to get into the modeling industry. Like what she's doing is like actually trying to, which is so different. Like, yeah, no, I don't know what she thought this was, but it's a lot harder than you think, babe.
Well, she has dinner with Mason for a date night. Layla talks about her meeting and she lets him know, there might be a 3 or 4 months where I'm just not going to be here. I'm going to be in New York. Would you come visit me? He's like, yes, absolutely. But, she's concerned about showing up for mom talk if she has to be away for 3 to 4 months. Who cares? You came into this world alone. You will leave this world alone. I'm sorry. showing up for mom talk thing, I understand it. It's a bit too, but like if this is your dream, mom talk was a stepping stone for you to pursue your dreams. You don't need to be worried about mom talk. Let's get your foot in the door first before we start thinking, oh, what about mom talk? But
like what?
um,
I was cracking up when I heard that. I said, okay, right.
that's Layla's whole bit. She shows up for her friends, and I respect it. But she has to clock people for it, so she has to be consistent. But she says New York is her dream. She doesn't want to get her hopes up. And she makes a joke about Mason being a stepdaddy. And this is where
I don't even know why she made the joke.
This is where the real conversation begins. Layla says she feels as though Mason's fuse and patience is short with her kids. Mason says he doesn't want to, and I quote, crack the whip.
I said crack the
whip. And that's a block on his kids because they aren't his kids, but he feels like she lets him get away with, and I quote, murder. Crack the whip and murder is crazy when you're talking about this black woman's kid.
It's not funny.
But Layla didn't say anything, but I definitely did keep my eyes wide open, and I said, "Uh-oh, this is not good." But he says disrespecting her, they throw stuff at her apparently, and he feels like he has to do this to protect her. Layla feels like he's overstepping because he isn't a parent. He gets the privilege of being an uncle and gets to leave when things get hard. And she makes it clear.
Which uncle?
Yeah, he's the because Chase has kids. So Miranda and Chase's kids. That's
I thought she meant like in relation to her kids, and I was like, what?
No.
You mentioned about siblings, but okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Layla's like you get the uncle with the kids in his life, so you don't get to be there when things get hard. And she says she doesn't want him to discipline her kids, and she doesn't want to be a parent that yells at her kids. And this is where she kind of starts crying, and she starts telling us about like how she came from a broken household, and she never wants to put her kids through that. But because she has done that, like she's no longer with her parents' father, she feels like she has to make it up with them. So that's her way of doing that. Mason says that he gets that, and that he gets it. He consoles her and apologizes and says that Layla's kids aren't a burden to him because that's what she said. She doesn't want her kids to feel like a burden. And that is that. So what are y'all thoughts?
I mean, I kind of said a little bit of mine. Like, I just feel like he really is overstepping in general. Like, him even feeling like, oh, I have to protect you. It's kind of weird. These are her children. These are not oppositions. Like, these are her kids. They're 4 years old. They're still being raised. And I do think if he, like, let's say they are together, they're married, he is full stepdaddy. That is where, okay, it's 5 minutes. It's not 10. Okay, don't throw things at mommy. Okay, make sure you get your ass in that bed or it's going to be your ass. That's when shit like that can start happening. You're in boyfriend phase. You shouldn't even be concerning yourself with these kids unless it's about raising them or taking them to go get some goddamn ice cream, okay? You only be worried about raising these kids. And if you feel like you cannot handle the relationship she has with her children, then you need to leave. I know that's like, I feel like to me that is such like the easy thing to say, just leave. But it's like, truly, that is the fucking answer. Like, if this is something that you can't deal with, then you need to be in a situation. This is a very precarious thing. You don't have children. She does. And you're going into this situation. So it's like you can't expect her to change her parenting style. If you don't like it, then maybe this just isn't going to work out, especially if you want to be these kids' potential stepfather one day.
No, I completely agree with everything you just said. I feel like you're a boyfriend. You have no right to be saying anything about these children. And you know what? Hey, Layla may have baby kids. We don't know. She may have baby kids. Maybe they don't listen. I heard they throw in stuff. But at the end of the day, that is not your child. And you're not even close to raising them, as you said, Lee. So at the end of the day, I also agree with you. I don't think that's drastic. I think if you don't like the way she raises her children, you don't like being around them, then you need to break up with her. Sorry, and maybe don't tell her that's the reason why you're breaking up with her. But I don't think that you're not compatible then, because her kids are her life. And that means you're not compatible with her life then if you feel uncomfortable around them. And the crack in the whip and all that, you should have you should
Like,
have
why would you say that?
why would it come out of your mouth and you think you should have no desire to want to crack the whip on two black children you don't know? So you know what? Maybe this is not for you. Like, this is not for you. The stepdaddy thing is not. You're not even a stepdaddy, but that could be your future. This is not for you.
I just know, like, as a child who grew up with a single mom for a bit and having like men try to move to my mom and be kind of like aware of it. Like, I wasn't 4, but like I was like 6 or 7. And the idea of like when a man would show up and try to do his big one, like I would get the ick. I didn't know what the ick was, but when a man would try to like move, like try to impress my mom via me, I would get sick.
Literally.
I would give them the side eye. I was a sassy little girl. Don't play with me, okay? So I understand when a man comes as a child. Who are you? You think you're gonna date my mom? You don't know me. I am not your child. So if you go in a weird way, I can understand how that can cause resentment from the child. Granted, we know they're not together. We know they broke up. We don't know why. All I know is that Layla at first was like sad about it and saying it was amicable, and the next video she was like, fuck him, actually it's not amicable. So hey, look at that. He didn't stay long enough for him to be a stepdad.
Baby kids.
Let us move now. Let's talk about Michaela and Jace. I'm gonna be so quick with this because frankly there's so Dad Talk has a reunion. I wrote kill me now in my notes. We're talking about the pickleball competition, which we'll put a pin in. Jordan drags Dakota's mustache, get him from me. But the real tea here is Jace talks about him and Michaela and the fact that they have not progressed. This is an issue that was brought up, I believe, season 3, but it could have been also as early as season 2. But
yeah, true.
We get a little flashback to the therapy session, and yikes, like sometimes I feel like the camera shouldn't be there. Sometimes I don't want to see your therapy.
I agree.
Y'all are crying, talking about intimacy issues. I should not be there. You can just tell me you went to therapy and I'll believe you. But you know, Jace is talking about how they don't have sex, and the boys are like, "What? You're not getting fucked?" Like, oh,
which is so.
You're not getting fucked. Like, are you not even? And Jace is like, "Well, like, if we are sleeping together, it's so that I can get her off."
Shut up!
Oh my god, that's so crazy. Like, dude, I can't believe you're not Kelly. Like, wow. So they talk about Jace being open for a separation, and here is my question: can we talk about the use of the term separation in this modern day and age? Because what really is it? I see it left, right, and center. Is it a divorce? Is it like Kyle and Amanda are in a separation? What does that mean? Do you all know what separation means? Like, what does that really mean?
Well, it's strange to me that
I wouldn't do
it. Right, like it's either we're together or we're not. We're getting a divorce. But I feel like it's really strange to me that I think in general in our culture right now, dating culture, like even breaking up doesn't mean breaking up. Right. So I think it's like whatever is like convenient at the time, which is really scary. And then I feel like also they're gonna separate, but separation usually is what you're doing before the divorce papers are in. Like, I'm confused. Like, why are you separating just to like figure out if you can work on it? You're not separate then. Like, why are you separating to work on it?
I think it's not something that I would ever do, and I don't know if that's quote unquote unhealthy. I do think a healthy couple could probably do it. Like if they're going to therapy, they're separating, both is okay with the other maybe seeing other people, because it's that whole distance makes the heart grow fonder thing. But I feel unfortunately, people aren't tied.
Distrust.
And exactly, I think for most people that could cause more distrust. I'm one of those people, and I really feel like the reason that it's an intimacy issue, it's like, okay, if y'all were to separate, Michaela, are you fine with him maybe getting that intimacy from someone else and then maybe still working on getting back together? Like, that's a lot of stuff you have to consider. And I know I can't do that. So it would
That's
just have to be
crazy.
divorce.
That's
I mean, she does say
crazy.
it. She does say, like, when we'll get there with the tennis court, she does say she's to the point where she's fine with him having sex with somebody else. She does say that. Which, now, here's the thing. As I switch to the next picture,
Yeah.
the thing is from my understanding, Jace met Michaela when she was 16.
Yes.
Oh,
He
wait,
was
this
like-
is this couple. Fuck Jace. Fuck Jace.
I was waiting for you to have that reaction, honestly, because I knew that you knew that, but like I also wasn't sure if you
I
had realized
forgot.
it. Yes, I
No,
knew you knew
He's
that,
a
but
weirdo.
So
he's
here's
very,
why I'm struggling with talking about them, right? Like,
Mhm.
even this scene, I'm going to be very brief. They're both talking about the fact that they have intimacy issues, that they're struggling, you know, like that they're trying to balance. Michaela says she's trying to balance everything. Connor talks to Jace. Jace feels like his needs aren't being met, and he cries that he wants to be connected with his wife again. Okay, here's when I'm watching this, I'm thinking, okay, why are they having intimacy issues? Like, what is happening to Michaela for her to be like, I don't want it. Like,
right, like they don't even kiss.
And that's the thing, because from my understanding, she has gone through sexual abuse, and prior to being with Jace, for one, and she also met him when she was 16 and he was what, 20?
The year after, she says that she went through this stuff.
So
it's like you met a 20-year-old the year after that you said you went through sexual abuse in your teens.
So that's why I'm like, are you having intimacy issues because he is reminding you
right
of that? Like, is it also maybe the fact that he might have groomed you? I don't know. And that's the thing. The LDS community is so strange to me because the fact that a 16-year-old can get with a 20-year-old and everyone's like, oh, no problem, no problem, no problem. The fact that people are getting married before the age of 18 and having children is weird. So I am curious. It's because she is not telling us, and rightfully so. I don't feel like I need to, but I can't help but, I can't help but hypothesize some certain things. And I can't help but think, maybe he is the reason why, and she released a TikTok where she was like, oh, I just needed to get out of that house, and it's her and her kids and no Jace available. So I am confused about it all. And I don't know if it's that, but
no,
that's a good theory, honestly. It's like the more we talked about it, I was just like, this is a really weird conversation because they don't even talk about it on the show. The fact that the girl was 16 years old, like the fact that this is so normalized that that's not still a topic to this day is confusing to me. Like, as soon as y'all said it, I was like, you're right. I instantly don't really give a fuck about anything that he's struggling with right now. Because I do think intimacy issues is a real thing in relationships, but like, if she's being literally triggered by you touching her, then maybe you should show a little bit more sympathy, especially considering the fact that you've been with her since she was 16. Like, maybe she's tired of being touched on. I don't know.
Right, exactly. And you know what? That's what I was about to say. She had no space in between her being in that horrible situation to being in a relationship with him. And at that point, like when you have no time to heal, like touching in general is gonna, like, because it's the same sort of things, but one's consensual and one's not. Obviously, in your brain, you're gonna mesh the two together, and then any touching in any sexual like aspect is gonna feel like triggering and not what you want it to be, especially because if you don't even want to be having sex. So it's like really scary to me. And then also the fact that, like, I think he has sympathy for her, but he has much more sympathy for himself. And that's why he can't help but just like, oh, woe is me, this and that, and blah blah blah. And you know what, Michaela, I care so much about you to your face, but right now this is all, oh my god, I'm having the worst time ever right now because you don't want to have sex with me, and the last time that you had sex before me was probably not consensual. Like, why? I don't understand what he doesn't understand about that. And then it's just like, it's really sad to me that she's never had a chance to heal in between those relationships. And now she's trying to heal while supporting a family, having a job where she's like running all over the place, and then also trying to build another relationship with her husband that doesn't feel triggering to how she felt before. Like, it's just so sad. It's like impossible to do it in the scenario she's in right now. I don't really know what she's gonna do.
Yeah, she keeps telling us that it's just a lot for her to do. Like her skin
Mm-hmm.
stuff is a big one. The fact that she just gave
Right.
birth to a new child is another one. Like, and the fact that she is a
So many
business
young
owner, she has
kids.
so many things to do. She's a mom, and then on top of that, being a wife, being a partner, being able to connect with him. I don't know if it's just the sex, but he says that he's not able to connect with her. Period.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like a little confused. We don't get too many scenes, and when we do get scenes, it's like they're not giving us details. So it's hard for me
Right.
to really wrap my head around what is the issue. And like,
I don't
is
even
this
think he
the
knows.
problem? Like, do you think Jace is the problem? I don't know. Like, you're confusing me, Michaela. But maybe she's addressed it, or I don't know. There's just, it's too vague. But they've decided separation time. So she starts packing, and Macy is coming to pick her up. She says she wants to sort her shit out first before dealing with Jace and the intimacy. Jace says that they shouldn't get back together until she is ready to commit to their relationship again.
Which is, oh my God.
So confusing to me because I'm like,
who are you talking to?
what is a separation? Because is he allowed now to sleep with someone else? Like, what are y'all do? The separation thing to me is really weird. Like, I don't understand it. Is it like choose your own adventure where you can say the term separation and it can mean a bunch of different things for different people, and it's what you've decided between each other? Like, I don't get the whole separation thing. But Macy arrives, picks her up, and Macy says, if you want to talk to me, Jace, you can. Jacob's also available. So it must be amicable. Like, Jace must not be the problem if Macy is offering for him to talk to her as well. Like, I don't get it. Like, this whole thing to me is really weird and like not explained enough for me to understand it, to the point where it's annoying almost to watch their scenes because it feels like the same thing over and over again without any nuance or details. It's just speculation on my part.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why we didn't get. It's like there's so many things that they put on TV that I actually didn't want, and now I needed them to talk about their separation on camera. Like, not just like, okay, I guess it's time for me to pack. Like, no, I need to know what this means for you and why you guys are doing it. Because to begin with, we don't even know what is going on in Michaela's brain at all. And we know so much of what's going on in Jace's brain because he's telling us all the time. So now that this is a mutual decision that you two are making, I kind of wanted some information on that because to begin with, their dynamic, we're left in the dark a lot of the time.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
It's the fool at this point. I also agree. I can't have much of an opinion on it at this point because it's not fully detailed. It feels like there's a lot of unworked trauma with Michaela that hopefully is not on screen because she really needs to unwork a lot of the internal issues that she has based off what traumatic things she's went through.
Yeah, I think these cameras are a huge problem. They're a huge problem. We don't need to know what she went through. Who needs to know what, and I'm not saying that he's owed to it, but something that could help them is her speaking to him. We don't know. We don't need to know any of this. Maybe they can work out like exactly what she wants to tell him, because remember, not until last season did he even know anything about what she
Really?
I don't think, maybe like very small things, but the way they made it seem is that Jace really did not know either the extent and he didn't know who, and he didn't know like what happened to her. He just knew that something happened. And I think like them connecting in that way and being vulnerable about that could help their relationship a lot, but we don't need to know it. And I think the cameras are also making her clam up because it's like things that she doesn't even want to tell him. So why would she want to talk about the topic in general on camera? Like, I don't know. It's too much. I feel like I don't want to see this. I don't. It's really sad to see her sad all the time.
Agreed. You don't see any other personality trait aside from like her having like one-liners and then her being stressed and sad all the time, which is unfortunate. But this is the storyline, y'all. I've been waiting all night to dive into. The setting is pickleball. No one cares about the pickleball. So I won't tell you. I'll say that. That's like one pickleball, and We were disappointed. We were rooting for Macy and Michaela, but that is not what is front and center, y'all. The art in which this is done is so beautiful. Let me take y'all there, right? We start off, Dakota and Taylor are talking a little bit. She's holding a child, not their child, but a child, someone's child. And Taylor says, you don't have to worry. I don't bite. You can come and sit. And so they sit down and they're having good banter. They're, having a good time. It seems like they could be actually nice to each other for once. But alas, Dakota goes off. He has to play the game. And we get introduced to Shania.
Girl. Up, Naya.
Dun, dun, dun.
So Taylor turns to Shania and says, how are you? Oh, what happened? Well, Miss Shania has been quite busy because she tells us that he blocked her. Now, who is he? We don't know. But what we do know is that he is a married man that she was sleeping with as an affair. Yes, she says they pretend to be a happy family, but she knows that she saw the separation papers, that he blocked her. And Taylor turns to her and says, that's why I don't trust people. Because people will do one thing and do another way.
The foreshadowing went crazy.
Nods her head, smiles at Taylor. And this is where Jessie, she walks up to Jordan and she says, and they just, kikiing, and Jordan says, isn't it a bit awkward that Shania is here playing pickleball at the event? Because Dakota DM'd her? Oh.
Which means it's very apparent that they had been talking even before Taylor and her had this conversation. So Shania was sitting up in this girl's face. Probably how she sat up in that married woman's face. Several times.
Right.
And knew damn well she was fucking on that girl nigga. Now, if not Taylor current nigga, but come on, baby daddy, like you don't go there. And you sit in this girl's face like she won't pop you in yours. Like
right. She got like
it's very nuanced here, and the parallels have not escaped me. But Jessie says, you know what, we won't say anything before the Bachelorette. We don't want to trigger her. It doesn't need to be a big deal, right? It's just a DM, right? Well, in this scene, Jessie and Jordan are planning their Halloween decorations around the house, and she mentions divorcing Dakota, but that's a storyline that we'll get into later. But Jordan tells Jessie that Dakota told him that he is seeing someone they know. Now, Jordan says, I don't know who. I tried to ask. I don't know. And then Jordan mentions the fact that he has people's locations. And the reason I thought this was funny because she said, like Chase. Now we know that Jessie and Chase have now hooked up. So the fact that she mentions him here is not lost on me. It's like a summer house little.
The editors are probably so.
Were you dealing with Chase already at this point in time? Like, why are you asking about Chase? But
Jesse Frankie Paul, girl. Jesse
Frankie Paul. Let me put a pin in it. Like, come on, Jesse Batula. Like, let me put a pin in it and put it to the side. Now, Jordan says he saw Dakota's location in the apartment complex is similar to where apparently Shania lives. So Jessie tells us if Shania did do this is quite messed up. Fast forward, we go to the Red Fest Festival, which I've never heard of before, but I'm not into country music and I'm not American
at all.
Yeehaw and caw to all the Americans who are into that stuff. Now,
have you been there?
Girl, I'm also not American.
The only American I am is American Requiem. Come on, Beyonce.
American Requiem.
Now, Jessie does what Jessie does best. And she tells the girl.
Messy boobs.
Dakota has a roster. Roster? Crazy. Because you're crying about, you know what, Dakota, a pin. Let me get your lashing later. And they said that they know one of them. And they're like, oh, let's just ask him. Let's just ask him. If he's here, let's ask the audience. So the girls walk up to Jordan first. Jordan says, he now knows, but he doesn't want to say anything after Villagate, Bro Code Gate. So they say, let me go to the stores. So Jesse says, I'm gonna
because he loves to brag. So
yes. So Jesse says, I'm gonna do my big one. I'm gonna manipulate. So she wants to pretend that she already knows the tea. So she goes, it's Shania, isn't it? Ooh. And in fact, it is. And I wrote in my notes, Dakota is a nasty rat because he was about it in his confessions. And I understood when Kyle told Amanda Batula, F you, that's exactly how I felt when I want and what I wanted to say to Dakota. Now, thoughts?
He's a sick, nasty man. I mean, I already know he dealt with Jenna previously. He's dealing with her again, apparently. Now you're dealing with Shania. It 100% feels like he does these things to fuck with Taylor. Like, yes, they have a kid together, but there's no reason why he should be so much in her circles. The fact that it is just okay that Shania is being brought around by people like Miranda and things like that. Clearly, it's all a setup. Jordan dropping all of this tea, bringing him to Vanderpump Villa. It's all a setup to keep this storyline going. Honestly, Taylor should cut all of these bitches off, if I'm being honest, because they all are wanting to use the storyline to keep themselves famous. That's how it looks like to me.
And I don't want to jump too far, but like, I just remind me because I have thoughts about Shania, and I really think that that's exactly what this is. And it's really scary to me that he's specifically going to people who are either close, like the mom's friend, Leanne's friend. Like, this is really scary. Like, he's like it's not just like he's an idiot. Like, well, we know he's an idiot. It's not just like he's trying to hurt her. He's like specifically trying to like make her crash and burn. It's like, and yes, the girls didn't like the preying on my downfall, but that's what he's doing. So like maybe Taylor needs to direct that towards the right person, but I guess she said she was self-aware about that. So
well, the girls react very negatively to the news. And Jordan's like, why are y'all mad? She's going on the Bachelorette. And I wrote in all caps, you people have no morals.
none.
He also adds that Miranda knows. Oh, what? Okay.
Which was messy because it's like, why are you doing this to her right now? Give her a chance.
All around.
So
yes.
Jordan threw that grenade in that Miranda knows. And then, Dakota and Jordan start, using one of the G's, gaslighting. Shania and Taylor aren't even friends. Mind you, they're kissing at Stagecoach and doing
Like,
the
what?
red nose. So and you, Dakota, you said it yourself that you liked that. You said you liked that. And you kept that in your mind because you're a sick man. So
yes.
Everyone agrees though, and this is very important to highlight. Everyone agrees, including Dakota. They shouldn't tell Taylor before she gets on The Bachelorette. That's what they all agree, right? That's what they all agree. So, come on, Miranda. She gets tagged in the next scene. So Jordan and Dakota go to Red Fest, and this time we have Miranda, we have Shania, and we have some girl who has no name to me personally. Now, shout out
who that is.
There, she looked very pretty, beautiful gowns. So Dakota lets us know that all of Mom Talk knows now about him and Shania. And apparently all the girls were at a photo shoot. But why is Miranda here? But alas, she is here. So Jordan and Miranda get to be to the side for a little bit. And of course, Jordan Messi Boots asks Miranda, what are your thoughts on the whole thing? And she says, it's BS. Well, yes. Yeah. And Jordan says, well, they're both single. They're consensuating adults. And Taylor's going to be on The Bachelorette. And Miranda clocks it immediately in her confessional. She says, it feels calculated. Now, granted, I put in my comments, but that's your friend. Right?
Yeah, but he picked the one that he knew would fall for it to
and
put forward his agenda.
Well, yes. And so, Miranda says that he did this with her because it's someone they all know and is close to Taylor. Miranda told Shania that it was a bad idea and she thought it would be a one-time thing. So the fact that they're doing this whole dance and song for this long is crazy to her. But Miranda, she gets bold. She looks to Dakota and she says, So when are you gonna tell her about your other escapades,
Ooh.
Dakota? And Dakota says he was hoping that Shania would tell her about all of the things that the two of them have been doing together.
Why would
Which,
Shania say something?
Like what?
but that's her bestie. That's what's crazy. Miranda, that's your bestie. Like you're getting smoked to Dakota, and I agree, F a man, but at the same time, that's your friend. That's your bestie. That's who you've known for over a decade, apparently. So, like, what is happening? But Miranda gets him back again and she says, well, we all know that you were doing this. So why aren't you doing a better job at hiding it? Because what is Dakota? A rat. He has sneaked other things. But for this one, he's wide in the opening. Everyone knows about Shania. Is that not crazy? Is that not crazy? But Dakota tries to play coy. And I wrote in my notes, do we have idiot written on our foreheads? But he said he wasn't trying to, and blah, blah, blah. Jordan jumps in, starts to defend him, and Shania goes pee. Any thoughts before we talk about that bathroom conversation?
Oh my god. It was
It's
extremely calculated.
awful. I agree. I think it's extremely calculated, and it's just a mess. And I agree with what you're saying. Like, this is your friend, Miranda. Like, you could have had way more control, and you've been new. She probably knew at the start of it.
She did. Yeah, I agree with you. Like, I feel like that is your friend. Like, it's not Miranda's fault, but she had a responsibility in trying to stop this. So I feel like it's kind of like the comments she's making now is like, well, girl, like you knew, and you should have never let them even get in the same vicinity. Like, if you were with her when this was happening, I would have been like, I would have grabbed my friend and said, like, absolutely not. You don't want to have anything to do with this. I'm trying to save you. Let's go. You can hate me tomorrow, but we're leaving. Like, no, don't go home with Dakota. Like, are you Dakota?
Dumb.
It's not worth it. Like, this is embarrassing.
And I feel like she's trying to do it when it's a little too late, because that's the whole conversation in the washroom. Miranda is clocking Dakota's tea. The entire time I was like, Shania, stand up. Like, you're a loser. Stand up for yourself. Like, she is telling you the truth.
It's
like,
so
manipulative. He has already lied to you, girl. Y'all just started. This is embarrassing. But Shania has no morals. Miranda tells her that, you know, a man already got between her and Taylor in the past. She already knows this tea.
Like, this
so
is not
to
fair.
do that again this time is crazy. So, you know, they prep each other up in the washroom. She's like, you're so right. You're so right. You're so right. And the moment she sees Dakota, weak, falls to the knees, literally. And they start talking about it. And, you know, we've seen Dakota manipulate her in broad light on the camera. It was embarrassing.
On 4K, so scary.
Girl,
it was.
We talked about it, but Dakota definitely has to have like a long ass dick or something, because nothing else makes sense here. Nothing else makes sense here, especially from Shania's position. You have 3 seasons of what this man has done on national TV to Taylor, someone that you claim is a friend of yours, and you still going. Something is wrong, girl.
Right, exactly. And then it was just like the stuff that she was saying, I was like really scared. Like, the other girl was like, oh, like, he's love bombing you. Like, how do you not see this? He's love bombing you. And she was like, but like, all the guys like love bomb me. Like, it's fine. Like, it's only
Like,
gross when you don't like the guy.
embarrassing.
Like, wait, what? She said it's only gross when you don't like the guy. Like, girl, it's always gross. And like, she was just really scaring me. I was just like, yeah, girl, this is embarrassing.
Like, what it feels like to like have no self-respect.
like her brain was like not firing on all cylinders. And then also when she said, oh, because Miranda was like, girl, like, what are you doing? Like the first, and we didn't even see, the camera didn't go into the bathroom yet. It was just the audio. And she said something like, it's working. And I was like, huh? Wait, what? She was like, it's working, like, and it's like, it's fine. Like, she just like changed the topic, and I'm like, did the like editor edit something out, or what does she mean by it's working? Like, it's working. I'm on the show now, or like, I wish I had the clip, but I don't know where my phone is, guys.
But
I forgot about that.
We believe your testimony, Queen.
But she definitely said it's working. Like she's a cloud chaser.
She's very weird. Now they have a mom talk reunion without Taylor because she is still in Colorado. But the debate is whether or not they should tell Taylor. Um, Miranda says that she is scared that Dakota would tell her. Now, where did that thought go? I don't know. But she says she's scared that Dakota will tell her, and that's what he wants. And Jesse Duvall, they all talk about it a little bit, but Jesse tells her the tea that Dakota has now hooked up with Jenna again.
Mm-hmm.
Jenna, who started
I said
mistrust of Dakota from season 1.
And it's like learning more about this information. It just makes me even more sad that Taylor is so obsessed with this man. Like he really does not give a single fuck about her at all. Like she needs to let go of him. He is trying to ruin her life. That's probably why he allegedly leaked that fucking video to TMZ. I'm gonna keep saying it, but I know it was him. I know
he did,
and it's like he wants to ruin this girl's life. He does. I think he gets a sick, twisted feeling out of doing it. Like it's so weird.
No, he's like really scary. It's like it's getting to the point where now I'm just like a little nervous because like what else is he gonna like? I don't know. It's like it's always something else that he's trying to do to ruin her life. And then it's like I feel a bit bad for Taylor in a way too because it's like we just had a conversation about her not practicing safe sex with Dakota. Then we find out he slept with 2 other people. Now we have no idea. There could be random girls that just the information never would have gotten back. They maybe didn't know who he was. Or they didn't know the girls, and like there's probably other girls. It's just like, oh god, like ew. It's really sad.
Yeah. It was really weird, and hearing about his sex pack, it was so weird. But they all agree Taylor will be pissed regardless, and not like it shouldn't come from Dakota. But Miranda has this confessional at the top of season episode 9, where we continue this conversation, and she is talking about how like that's her best friend, and that it was a lapse of judgment. Now, in 2026. We know that Shania has slept with her baby father as well.
which is
only has she slept with Chance, she did it in a threesome with Julie from $1 Million Secret, which we will be covering as well. We're getting to that bag. Yeah,
this is too much.
forgot about that.
So is it a lapse of judgment, Miranda, or
She
was she
actually
showing
hates
you who
you.
she was the first,
She hates
second,
you.
third time when she went with a married man, when she went after Dakota, and now your baby father? Like, are y'all still friends? Like, you can't still be friends.
No, like she literally hates you, and I hope you never speak to her again. This is outrageous.
Yeah, it's embarrassing. But Layla has the right idea about cushioning the news and telling Taylor themselves. So the fact that they had this brilliant idea and they decided that Shania should be the one to tell Taylor at a public event, the Sinners Party, I thought was absolutely insane. For one, Shania can't even stand up to Dakota after being hyped up from her girls in the public washroom. You want her to go in front of Taylor, Frankie, Paul? Like, I know she's short, but she's also intimidating. We know her. Stools and all.
She's
so
ghetto.
You think Shania, who can barely form a sentence, is gonna tell Taylor to her face at a party in public what she did with her baby's father? This to me was absolutely insane from the girls. I thought they should have, in that moment, called her, asked her when she would arrive to Utah. Not even wait. Just call her on the phone and be like, by the way, this is what happened. So that the moment she comes home, they can do their best to protect her. Now, granted, should they do this for their friend? Like, is this a little extreme and too much? Perhaps, yes. But this is chose. This is your leader. You know, you voted for this. I think they should have immediately called her after this chat, and the fact that they did what they did and didn't say anything and wanted Shania to say anything for Dakota to reveal it all was really stupid.
Yeah, these not her friends for real. I would have cussed all these hoes out. I would, especially rewatching it. The way they're going about this, it's like, to me, it's just to continue to ramp up the drama between them to keep the drama going. That's what it feels like. Like, who needs producers when you got friends like these, bitch? Like, it's crazy. Also, too, if it was me, I wouldn't have told her why she was out there in Colorado. as soon as she touched down back in Utah, I would have told her. I would have called her as soon as she got. Are you back from the airport? Girl, I gotta call you. I would have told her. You're gonna find out anyway. And that's the type of friend I am. When I get some tea about my friend or somebody talks shit about my friend, I'm immediately tell them at the first opportunity. I'm not
right. No, yeah, I feel like that's exactly what should have happened. And then Miranda, like, if you were so nervous about being in the middle, what you needed to do was say to Shania, you did this, you did this, you shouldn't have done this, and I already told you shouldn't have done this, and now I have to make sure that I don't have a bad relationship with Taylor because I don't want to be off the show. And they say, Shania, I'm gonna tell her exactly what you did. And do you want to tell her? Because I'm gonna tell her. So, and then tell Taylor and be like, you be the one to call her and be like, you know what? I am so sorry this happened. This is crazy. Blah blah blah. Like I feel like I don't know, but Taylor's also scary, so she would have been upset anyways. She's kind of crazy, so.
Well, there was a small moment of hope where they're talking as a family. And Taylor and her mom and her sister are talking about the bachelorette and the opportunity. And Taylor feels guilty. She's like, I have so much baggage going on. Like, I don't know if I'm deserving of this. There's so many other people. And her mother and her sister, for the first time together, uplift Taylor. Hallelujah. They said,
this was a great moment.
I think it's time for you to choose Taylor. And it was beautiful. And to have that and then go to this was crazy.
How long have you known?
Taylor asks Miranda on the phone, how long have you known? And Taylor goes off, I'm going to fucking ruin her. And we find out that Dakota told Taylor. And we knew he was going to tell her. We knew. This is why the girl should have said it. The fact that they didn't was crazy to me. And now this is what happened. Because Dakota put his spin on it. He manipulated, he forced the situation to drive her crazy, to drive her forward against the women when, to be honest, she should have been on his ass.
Exactly.
It was so weird. So Taylor is going off. She's pissed. She's pissed because she feels betrayed also by Mom Talk, because she now knows that all of her friends knew and none of them told her, which is another isolation tactic that he her from Mom Talk. So she is pissed. Miranda apologizes to Taylor for not telling her, but Taylor is not having it. She feels betrayed, and she's like, I have a video ready to go. Boop! Puts her on blast on the internet, talking about this snake in the middle.
Oh my god!
The girls are like, don't put a video
ready.
What's wrong with Taylor?
One thing about Taylor, those fingers don't play. Okay.
She's spitting the fuck out of me. I'm gonna fuck them up. I was like, okay, Taylor.
It was giving Izzy talking to Suri.
Oh my god.
Like she was so pissed. I was like, this is crazy.
So we get the Sinners Party, which I love a reference because like we knew about the Sinners Party the first time it happened. Yes! But in this iteration, Jesse's phone is going off with Macy, and they're like, what's going on? Miranda tells the girls. She knows. Oh, play that J. Cole song. Excellent. Okay.
She knows.
She knows.
Yeah.
So Jesse is like, let me call Taylor. And Taylor and then while Taylor is pissed off, she goes, and you know what, girl? He also slept with Jenna. Boom! Another one. And she loses her mind once again. So at this point, the Sinners event is happening. Layla shows up. Michaela joins Jesse at the event, and they're talking about it. And Layla says Taylor has been hurtful because she's lashing out at her friends. And then Miranda joins the party, and they're talking. And Taylor posts the story. Taylor is quick with it. Not only is she giving you a TikTok, she's giving you an Instagram story. And she says, if you associate with snakes, you will also not be my friend. Nobody is praying for my downfall. So now people are like, wait, is this play about us? And Taylor is
a hit dog on holler.
Okay. So the girls decide to convene upstairs and talk about it. They're kind of gagged by everything. And who shows up but Shania herself? So Shania walks up the stairs with her little friend. Again, that woman, I don't know who she is, but she is there as well. But Taylor is on the phone. And the girls are like, don't say anything, back away. And it's like Shania's annoyed. You're annoyed, Mama. We're in this predicament because of you.
Like,
So
these
Exactly.
cameras are only up because of the girl on the phone right now. You better walk the fuck away. My thing is, she shouldn't even feel
Right.
comfortable coming to the table. Like, I'm
At
sorry, I would
all.
say that it will be fuck these hoes.
Like I'm sorry, like I would not be able to sit down with them and smile on their face like that. Like meanwhile she's trying to like be the downfall of their TV show. Like I literally, as Michaela said, like, well hold on, like Taylor's mental health and her like like if Taylor messes this up on The Bachelorette, like that's gonna mess us all up. So they all know
And
they
it
need to
did,
fix the
girl.
situation.
it, it's ridiculous. But they hang up on Taylor because they need to get this for the show. So Shania sits down, Macy joins, and Jesse asks, like, why? why are you with Dakota? And Shania, go girl, give us nothing. She says she kind of says a whole lot of word salad, but not really. She says like maybe 2-3 words that make no sense. And Layla's
Michaela
like,
was looking
okay,
at her
let's
like,
play. Do you see yourself a future with Dakota? And after a whole lot of again nothing, she says yes. She said
Layla was like,
yes, and everyone is gobsmacked. Girl, stand up. And so Jesse's like, well, if you're planning on staying with Dakota, what were you planning on doing with talking to Taylor? Like, what were you gonna say to her? And she was like, well, she was a fan, and like she's gonna go to the Bachelor, but like I don't know. And it's like, what are you? The girls are like, all right, down the stairs we go. Let's go outside. Let's call Taylor.
right.
Like they were so done with Shania, and rightfully so. So they call Taylor on the phone, and Taylor wants to know if she is still going to be friends with Shania.
Her
And
nasty asshole friend.
she is pissed off. She's like, "You're going to be friends with her? You're going to be friends with her?" And Layla's like, "Well, like
Are you
consider
friends with her?
Miranda's
Are you friends
Right.
with
feelings."
her?
Okay, Sammy. Sammy, sweetheart.
Really, really, they're kind of reheating the Jersey Shore nachos.
They really
That's why I
are. They
like it.
are.
But Layla starts to defend Miranda, and she's like,
Here go Layla.
girl, like it's hard on Miranda too. And Taylor feels like Miranda picked sides. She doesn't know how she could defend Shania for her action. And Miranda starts crying. And I don't know, the whole thing is morals on the floor. So I wanted to ask you, do you feel bad for Miranda? Whose side are you on? What
Okay.
what side are you taking?
I don't know if I feel bad for her. I feel like, okay, my thing is that Miranda, as she said, Shania has been a better, until this point, let me preface, has been a
Yeah.
better friend to her um than Taylor ever has been. So I do feel like I understand why Miranda was torn. I think the rest of them, there's no reason why they shouldn't have told Taylor. And I still think Miranda should have told Taylor. But I think that Miranda at least had something to think about, because also with the whole Dakota thing, like how she brought up, like, oh, like Dakota wants us to get out right now, but which is not as strong. But he wants us to get out right now, so I don't want to be the one to kind of blow this up because that's what he wants. And obviously we know that's what he wanted because he told Taylor himself. So like I feel like Miranda is in a kind of tough situation because it's like Shania never should have done that to you, and she put you in a horrible position. But also that's like your best friend, and you're trying to figure out how to navigate this where everybody's happy, and it's never gonna work that way because Taylor's gonna be so mad regardless. So I think that she handled this completely wrong. So I don't really feel bad for her because it's like, girl, what are you doing? But also like you were in the worst situation out of everybody.
Yeah.
So
I do feel bad because I don't feel bad for her. I think it
feel bad
sucks
about the
because
situation.
yeah, like she was put into a bad situation because both of them are friends. Like
Mm-hmm.
I said earlier, if I'm friends with someone and someone is talking shit about them, I'm immediately gonna run it back. And the situations where I'm friends with both people, I remove myself completely. That's none
Completely
of my
right.
motherfucking business. Shania doing this, I'm gonna tell her she's stupid. But if she gonna be a dumb bitch on her own, she gonna be a dumb bitch on her own. Taylor shouldn't be worried about Dakota anyway. If we really talking about it,
Right.
Taylor shouldn't give a fuck who Dakota is
You're
fucking.
so right. I think it's them like
So
eyes
if
together
it was
sometimes.
me and Taylor tried to check me, I would have got that phone and be like, Taylor, I don't know who you talking to because both
Right.
you hoes is dumb. Y'all both crying over a nigga that don't want neither one of y'all. This ain't got shit to do with me. If you don't want to be my friend, don't be my friend. I don't give a damn. Period. That's how it would have been for me.
You know
Like,
what,
I feel like
Lee?
Miranda don't need to be a weak ass. She's being like, she's victimizing herself in this situation. Like, I get it. You are in the middle. But at the same time, you're not really the victim here. Like, so don't cry and get upset. Let her
Right.
know. If you don't want to be my friend, cool. I don't care. Shania is my friend. It's fine. It doesn't matter. But that's just how I would have dealt with it. I would have been like, I'm removing myself. This has nothing to do with me. And if you feel like you got to pop off at me, then we don't got to be friends. I don't care.
Right.
I'm going to still be on the show because that's even more money for me. They love that story.
No, you spilled. You spilled. Actually, everything you just said, like you spilled. And also the thing I just remembered as well. Taylor did not tell Miranda right away when when her husband at the time
Oop.
was hitting on Taylor. She didn't tell her right away.
Ooh.
And
Yeah.
so my thing is like, wait a minute, you didn't do that for me in my situation, and now I'm in an even worse situation than you were. You were owed to tell me. I'm not owed to tell you anything. So you know what? I don't have to tell you. I'm just gonna remove myself. And you're so right, Lee. Like she really did not have to tell her that. I think it's either make the decision or not. Like, but you have to stand on it either way. Like you can't be
Yeah.
like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Either tell her and let Shania know I'm gonna tell her because you shouldn't have done that. That's weird. Or don't say anything, and as you said, tell to Taylor like, what do you want me to do for you? This is not my issue, and it shouldn't be your issue either. So let Shania make whatever poor decision she wants to make. Maybe you should stop sleeping with him.
I will say that I was not with Miranda on this one. Like her being upset, like if she's upset because of Taylor's words to her, absolutely. But like you kind of did pick a side when you didn't tell her anything. Like you knew all of this information and stuff. So I can understand why Taylor feels betrayed. If the shoe was on the other foot, do you think Miranda would be tolerating this? No. I think Miranda is in the situation, but she is not seeing it fully for what it is because that's her bestie. Granted, that bestie also did that to you. So you know what? Like, was she really your bestie? You know, but that's because she didn't know any better at the time. So I don't know. I didn't really feel bad for her too much. Now at
Yeah.
the main title shoot, Taylor arrives and it's a bit awkward. Layla's like, do you still love me? And Taylor's like, well, I never stopped loving y'all. And they have a conversation. But like Miranda and Layla beforehand talk about if Taylor had spoken to any of them. And Layla said that she did validate her feelings, but also told her to consider Miranda's feelings. So, you know, Taylor admits that she casts out her anger to the wrong people, which is something we saw Leanne also talk about. So it's not just her friends, it's everyone when it comes to Dakota. And she says she doesn't regret the name calling. And Whitney all of a sudden says, girl, I didn't even know y'all were that close. Like, why are you upset? And Taylor was like, well, it's the fact that she was trying to get close to me. Like, do you not think that's odd? Like, she was trying to get close to me when she was sleeping with my baby daddy. Like, that's kind of crazy.
Which
That is
is
kinda odd.
crazy. That is crazy.
Right. And so Whitney in her confessional is like, she doesn't understand why Taylor is amped up, but she thinks that maybe she doesn't have the mental clarity to go to the Bachelorette. Okay.
I mean, y'all knew this whole time. Let's be real.
Well, yes.
Why did she say this like new information? And also, Whitney, please, if this happened to you, you would be losing your mind. So sometimes I'm like, Whitney, come on, like she don't ever want to put her feet in somebody else's shoes. So that's her problem. Because like really, like Taylor should be mad right now.
Absolutely.
Well, wait, if it wasn't Dakota. Let me preface that she shouldn't be mad because she should have nothing to do with it. But
She
she
really
should
shouldn't
be
be
mad
that
that the girl was weird. Yeah.
Well, and this is why I think she was mad because Taylor tells the girls that Dakota says that he regrets everything. He doesn't want to lose her and his
Right.
kid. Blah blah blah. Classic love bombing. And Jesse says, if you want to be with him, but you don't. And Layla walks that Dakota is love bombing her before the Bachelorette, and Dakota told Taylor that he should just marry her. What an insane freak of a man. And so everyone agrees the only way she is going to get out of his grasp is if she goes to the Bachelorette. So she apologized to everyone for being mean. And Michaela says that they judge her, but it comes from a place of love, which I thought was funny. And then Miranda thinks her apology is genuine, but doesn't know if she will change. So that wraps up the Shania, Dakota, Taylor story. Now, let's talk about another love story very quickly. Jessie and Jordan, 5-year anniversary, and she is triggered down. She starts crying. This is a moment of celebration, and she is crying. She is talking about how it feels like a bandage and that they will never be on the same page. And she is so checked out. They have a conversation, and I thought it was so weird because Jessie is talking about how she's thinking about divorcing him in the confessionals, but she talks about changing her last name. And Jordan calls her selfish for wanting to change her name. Do you think it's selfish that she wants to change her name?
Well, it's her name, and she wants her name back. So I don't know what he thought he was like really getting away with by saying this. Like, I don't know. That was really weird to me. Like, why should she have to be forced to keep your last? Oh God, that was weird.
I will say my POV on this is that I don't think the word selfish is the correct word to use. Like, I don't like how he was trying to berate her for not feeling, wanting to have his last name. I think there are bigger conversations should be opened up. Okay, why do you not want to be represented by my last name? What is the issue there? Do you not love me the same? Is this something that we need to like unpack? Because at the end of the day, Jessie don't want that man last name because she doesn't love him and she doesn't want to be in this marriage anymore. And she explains why she can't just leave because of the prenup and things like that, which we'll get into. However, I do think it's fair for him to be upset about this because they are married. You know, she did take his last name. And so I feel like for her to randomly say, we're going to stay married, but I'm just going to change my last name. For me, I would feel some type of way because I think Jordan, while he's not the best person, I think he is in his mind trying to make this marriage work. So for him, it's confusing because it's like, if we're trying to make this marriage work, why would you go and change your last name? But it's like, to me, I think Jessie needs to just leave him. Like, fuck the prenup, fuck the money, fuck all the book. Just leave this man. You don't want to be with him. Period.
Like, I feel like it was. Oh, sorry.
Go for it.
Oh, I was gonna say, I just feel like it was blindsiding, not selfish.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think I understand her positioning though, in terms of how much a last name is worth in an industry where you go by your name. Like, I am in no means in her shoes, but I have a very long and complicated last name, and it's very difficult for me to navigate the world of journalism the way I am with my last name. Granted, because I've started my professional life, I don't think I will ever change my last name because it's like how I'm known by, and like people recognize it to a certain degree because it's so long and so different. But I understand you're starting to have to come up, and her last name is very long and very weird, apparently, like his last name, and her wanting to change it, I get it. Like, my last name is long, y'all. Like, it's long. So I can understand wanting to change it for professional reasons. Like, even if they want marital issues and her wanting to change, I understand why that's a topic of conversation when you're starting out and you want to be recognizable and you want things to be easy, because it's very difficult to navigate this world with a complicated name. So I don't blame her at all. Her selfish, I thought, was really weird. Like, she's not saying she's leaving you. She's saying she wants to change her last name because it's for professional purposes. Now, granted, she said changing her name also gives her freedom. So there's more to it than that, but
right.
And I think that's what he's attaching himself to. Like, he's ignoring everything he's saying about the business side. He's looking at, clearly you don't want to be with me. And it's like, she don't. And I think she needs to be a little bit more open about that instead. Like, girl, I don't want to be with you, really. I just wish that was the conversation, because that's really what it needs to be. You don't want to be with that man, girl.
Yeah.
Right. And she's taking small steps to get away.
And one of those was looking at her prenup. Yes. And what does she realize? No witness. Boom.
Girl, why you ain't got no witnesses, girl? I would have been the witness.
both both parties did sign, but there is no witness. So she's crying because she doesn't know what that means for her. And she tells the girls about the prenup situation. And it's not just her. She says that her dad is her business partner. She's afraid about how that's going to affect her family. And so they're talking about all kinds of possibilities. Now, granted, in the year 2026, we now know through the Call Her Daddy interview that the prenup is valid because they both signed it. So it's all good for that. We'll have to pay him alimony and all these other things.
Mama
and
keeping her money. I know that's right.
Right.
Our business is safe, but there are certain things like alimony and things like that that will be at play as they navigate their divorce, which I will be keeping a close eye on. Now, last storyline of the night. So, Jen calls Michaela and tells her struggles about being a mother, but she also talks about feeling inadequate, especially against Whitney. You know, with the first 10s of the season going to Whitney on the show, which is the highest score you can get, and her having somewhat lower scores. Michaela asks her about her relationship with Whitney and their friendship, and she says she struggles with Whitney because of the me, which what? And Jen feels like she's putting a fake front in front of the cameras. Now, for Dancing with the Stars purposes, for context, when people go up the stage to get their scores, you can see the people in the background. And at times when Jen is getting her score or Whitney is getting her score, you can see either of them along with the other stars that are there. So Jen will be getting her scores, and Whitney's behind her being like, vote for Jen, good high scores, and being very over enthusiastic, which can come off very genuine. Like I remember watching it and being like, is she being genuine in this moment? I don't know.
Hold on, not too
especially
much.
after last
not
season.
Too much.
No, I'm gonna be honest. Like if you watch the show, I even was like, okay, it feels like you're doing a little too much now.
Damn, it was that bad.
Yeah.
Overcompensating, like.
And I was like, girl, Whitney, like I love you.
Don't like this girl for real.
Like, girl, it feels like you're doing too much.
Right.
So, Jen and Zach are doing a spa day, body tea, and then she asks her, you know, how the Dancing with the Star cast is, and she says that they're really close and that she loves them all, but she feels like her and Whitney have been distant. We also get a scene from Whitney, and she's talking about getting online hate. Now, this is important to know. We need to step into the meta for a second, because at one point in Dancing with the Stars, Whitney was doing really great. She wasn't getting that much hate. But the season three of Mormon Wives dropped while Dancing with the Stars was happening. And that's a season where Whitney's like, well, I'm just coming back on the show because I want to be on Dancing with the Stars. So this causes a pivot in Whitney's public perception with other people online. So she starts getting hate, not only her, but shout out to Mark from The Traders, but he's also a pro on Dancing with the Stars. Season 2 of the show, like the baby, pretty much. And he starts getting hate. And Mark is very loved in the Dancing with the Stars community. So it's very strange. But we see Whitney briefly talk about it here, but we don't get into the meat of it all. But Jen feels like Whitney's being performative because they don't talk during the week, but she's telling people to vote for Jen on the show and fake love. I want to make it very clear. Jen says that Whitney hasn't talked to her at all week. But I was like, girl, you barely talk to your husband. So
I was gonna say, you literally just said that you haven't had a full conversation with him in like a week. Like you said that in another scene. So I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, did you text her? Like, like I'm confused.
But you know, Zach tells Jen that Whitney got Chicago. So this is where she finds out. Now, they're in the trailer together. Mind you, they were just dancing 2 seconds ago, seeming like very good friends, in my opinion. Besties. And she tells Jen, she goes, oh my God, I forgot to tell you. It's not confirmed or anything, but I got Chicago. And Jen's like, girl, I already know. Zach told me. But he's like, oh.
What do you mean by that?
And so then she's like, in her head, she's like, I'm confused why she didn't say anything to me beforehand. Like, why wouldn't she say congratulations if she found out? Like, is that not what mom talks about? Is that not the spirit of mom talk? So then,
The word mom talk pisses me off so much.
so
At least you
then,
didn't watch season 1. Did you watch
yeah.
really season 1? Oh my gosh. It gets worse and worse every episode. Will Mom Talk survive this?
Will Mom Talk survive this? That? And this is during their main shoot day 1, and again, Jen is asked by Michaela, do you have a friendship with me? And she says they don't talk. Whitney is not there for that conversation. But the next day, Jen's like, hey, how are you? How are you doing? Whitney turns her head and says, I'm good, but I just really thought it was weird that you didn't congratulate me like when you found out about Chicago. And she's like, girl, I see you all the time. And, you have expectations for others, but not for yourself. Like, why can't you congratulate me? Like, we are expected to do that for you, and you don't do that for me. And Jen says, well, she goes, maybe I don't think we're genuine friends. Because if we were friends, we would not be friends with Demi. Girl, what?
And that's the thing that pisses me off, because it felt like Jen had an issue with what was happening currently, but in this moment, it's like, girl, you're just mad about her being friends with Demi. You could have said that this whole time. No shade. Like, don't try to make it seem like, oh, we're supposed to be bonding and being friends here in LA. Girl, you were mad about Demi.
Right, and I feel like a lot of it also is like jealousy of Whitney getting a job like that. Like, that's amazing. And I think that maybe she didn't want to admit it to herself because maybe she doesn't view herself as a jealous person. So maybe she's chalking up to other things. But I think it was that, and then the fact that she was mad about Demi and has been mad about Demi, and it just came out because she's been bottling up this whole time and never had a conversation with her about how that made her feel. So then it just comes out right here because she's so angry, so jealous. I was just like, Jen, this is not a good look for you. Like, I normally like Jen on the seasons, but this was like really like, yikes, like you shouldn't have done that.
And to be honest, I thought it was an excuse. Like, girl, you had all season. Like, why is Demi relevant? Like, Demi hasn't been on the show. She is not even
Exactly.
the title. So, like, where is this coming from? Like, I thought this was so weird, especially since Whitney turns around and says, girl, I asked you about it when you were staying at my house. Like,
Right.
you had no issue. And boop, we get the flashback. So she's like, what is really going on? Like, you are trying to deflect. And so Whitney's like, all right, enough's enough. I check in on you. I checked in on you when you were sick and I got no response. And just as Jen's like, maybe I didn't want to respond because I didn't think we were friends. And
What?
Jen says she doesn't think Whitney cares about her or anyone else in the group. And Whitney is like flabbergasted. She's confused. She's gagged. She says that she's confused because Jen adds that she was only friends with her. She feels like Whitney was only friends with her in season 2 because it benefited her. And so when she left for that period of time, because, she had that mental breakdown, that's when she became friends with Demi, and Demi was the main person bullying her. And then Whitney gets irritated because she's like, I'm the only one who vouched for you. Like, I was the only one who vouched for you. Miranda out of nowhere says, so true, like in the background while they're
messy.
So messy.
And we get a flashback of Arizona where Whitney's like, I think it's so weird that these women are like bashing you right now. Like, you know what? Like, she's pregnant and she's going through a lot. And they're talking about bandage baby. Like, they were dragging Jen. So she really,
yeah, they were.
She was the only person like that they like backing her. And
it's true.
Well, she's like, well, if you were my friend, you wouldn't have come back on the show just to be on Dancing with the Stars and having my dream. Now, this is why I know if Jen was watching season 3. Because what are you talking about? What are you talking about? You just said that you're mad that she was friends with Demi, which is so irrelevant because Demi is not on the show. Demi doesn't impact you anymore. And then
but she started reliving some of that stuff.
She started
she was watching it
and watching Whitney just stop on the show and say, I want to get this thing because it's my dream. And Whitney, she gets her. She says, you don't own that dream. You don't own the dream of being on Dancing
Everybody wants to be on Dancing with the Stars.
Everybody wants to be on Dancing with the Stars. Oh, that's why they have so many freaking seasons of the show. And
that's why they have auditions
to have all of these episodes. And I was like, you're so right. You don't own that dream. And Jen makes it seem like Whitney went out of her way to take that from her, when in reality, she was doing it because she wanted to pursue it, which I thought was really just like, the whole thing was so strange, Jen. Like, just because you are both on the show, so that becomes null and void. Like it's irrelevant.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh,
This
God.
whole thing, I was Team Whitney here. I feel like Jen, I could easily tell that she was getting hyped up by other things. Now I didn't realize it was the whole season 3 of it all, but that's so clear what it is. Like, and I just hate that she's trying to forge this storyline this season of like, well, Whitney's not doing this, and Whitney's not doing this. Girl, you're mad about other stuff.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, it was just very strange, but the at this point, Whitney is just like confused and annoyed, rightfully so, because it feels like it's coming out of nowhere, and there's another problem on top of another problem that just seems really unrealistic. And Jen starts saying, like, do you see the way you're talking at me? Which only eggs her on. And so Whitney tells her to shut the fuck up because she can be friends with different people.
I can
And
do that. I can do that.
I can do that. I can be friends with two people who don't get along. And
Like, it's not hard.
it really isn't. Like, hello, Miranda's doing it in the back there with Taylor and Shania. So hey, you are not the exception to the rule. Everyone does that.
But you're not special. Like,
And Jen starts saying, like, do you see the way you're screaming at me? And Whitney, she's like, I'm done. I've reached out to you multiple times and I've been ignored. She starts filling receipts. And then she says, if we aren't friends, then fuck you. And that's the way the episode ends. Okay.
oh my God.
It was a good drop. It was a good drop. I thoroughly enjoyed myself. I'm excited for the finale next week. That is going to be
Me
a key because I
too.
haven't watched the whole season, so I don't know how this mess ends. So I'm
Me
excited
neither.
to see how this all comes to a close.
Unfortunately, I have seen the end, but I will not be here to report on it. Luckily, the crew will still be there without me. But let me just tell you, that finale was crazy. That whole Taylor situation is crazy. And I'm hoping that we get a reunion in some shape, way, or form.
And the Bachelorette season.
Yes.
Girl,
And the Bachelorette season.
you go
Lord,
ahead and hang that dream.
I
out
have
there.
a dream. I have a dream.
No, literally.
And Martin Luther King Jr. can have a dream. I can have a dream. Okay.
Exactly. And his dream
And my
came
dream is
true,
to see the
so.
show. Leak it. Leak it. Come on,
Somebody,
hit that
please.
flow. Leak it. All right. But that's everything, you guys. Thank you guys so much for listening and having this conversation with us. It's been so long. I promise you the next one will be much shorter because we're just recapping episode 10. But we are doing so much on Reality Kingdom. If you don't like Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, I promise you we are covering something else that you do like. So stay tuned. Like, comment, subscribe, do all the things. And thank you for keeping it real with the Reality Kingdom. And we are out. Bye.